July in Maricopa, Arizona wasn't just hot, it was punishing, the kind of heat that cracked sidewalks and shimmered on car hoods like a mirage. For 62-year-old Robert Bobby Trujillo, the oppressive sun wasn't just a seasonal inconvenience, it was a call to action. Bobby lived on Desert Bloom Drive, a cookie-cutter cul-de-sac governed by the Desert Trails HOA. A retired firefighter and widower, Bobby had spent most of his career saving people from disasters. So when news broke that a mail carrier had collapsed from heat exhaustion on the next block, Bobby didn't hesitate. He rolled out an ice chest under a shade umbrella on his lawn and filled it with bottled water, free for anyone passing by. A small hand-painted sign read, "Stay hydrated, neighbor, water's free. So are kindness and decency." Within 2 days, Bobby's cooler had become a neighborhood staple. Amazon drivers, postal workers, landscapers, joggers, everyone stopped by. He refilled it each morning, sometimes twice a day. He kept it clean, he smiled from his porch, but not everyone smiled back. 3 days in, Bobby received his first email from the HOA Compliance Committee. Subject: Unauthorized lawn display violation #3487. Dear Mr. Trujillo, it has come to our attention that you have placed a non-approved object on your front lawn. As per Section 4.2.3 of the Desert Trails HOA Guidelines, no personal signage or street-facing display shall be placed without prior written consent from the board. Kindly remove the item within 48 hours to avoid further penalties. Bobby replied politely, "It's just water. I'm trying to help people stay safe in this heat. I'll take down the sign if that helps." He removed the sign. The cooler stayed. 5 days later, another letter came, this one certified. A fine, $150, then another and another. By the second week, Bobby had racked up $650 in fines. At first, he thought it was a clerical mistake. But when he called the HOA office, he was routed to the chair of the Compliance Committee, Jeanette Riley. "Mr. Trujillo," Jeanette said sharply, "we understand your intentions, but rules are rules. Your display sets a precedent. If we let you have a cooler, someone else will put up a lemonade stand or worse political signage. It erodes the visual harmony of the neighborhood." "It's water, ma'am. People are passing out." Jeanette sighed. "We all care about safety, but we must uphold community standards." That night, Bobby sat on his porch staring at the cooler. His late wife, Maria, had always told him, "Do what's right even when it's inconvenient." The next morning, he filled the cooler again. 3 days later, he got a notice of lien. Desert Trails HOA had filed paperwork to place a lien against his home for unpaid fines. Bobby stood in his living room, letter trembling in his calloused hands. His home, the one he and Maria had bought 30 years ago. That weekend, he took the cooler in temporarily, but he wasn't done. On Monday morning, Bobby walked into the Pinal County Courthouse and filed a small claims suit. Trujillo v. Desert Trails HOA, the local paper caught wind of it. The story ran under the headline, "Retired Firefighter Fined for Offering Free Water During Heatwave." By Thursday, it had gone viral. News vans appeared outside Bobby's stucco house. The HOA board panicked. An emergency meeting was called, but Bobby was calm. He had seen worse fires. The hearing took place 2 weeks later. Jeanette arrived in a beige pantsuit, clutching a binder of printed regulations. Bobby wore his old firefighter dress blues, freshly pressed. The judge was a no-nonsense woman in her 50s. She glanced over the complaint, then the HOA filings. "So let me get this straight," she said. "You find this man for offering free water during a record-breaking heatwave." Jeanette stiffened. It wasn't the water. It was the unsanctioned display. Bobby rose. "Your Honor, I wasn't selling anything. I wasn't causing harm. I was offering water to people suffering in 115-degree heat. The fines were excessive, and the lien on my home. That's my late wife's house. That's where we built our life." The courtroom was silent. The judge leaned back. Arizona statute does provide leeway for acts done in public interest, and frankly, this smells like overreach. She ordered the fines rescinded and the lien removed, but Bobby didn't smile. He had a final statement prepared. "I want a permanent allowance for every home on our block to offer aid during extreme weather events. I want that in the HOA charter. I want us to be allowed to care about each other." The judge turned to the HOA council. Make it happen. In the following weeks, the Desert Trails HOA rewrote 3 clauses in their bylaws. Clause 4.2.3 now read, "Exceptions may be granted for temporary outdoor displays offering essential aid to the public during weather emergencies, including but not limited to water, shelter, or first aid, without penalty." Bobby didn't want money. He didn't want recognition, but he got both. A GoFundMe launched by a UPS driver raised over $18,000. Bobby donated half to a local cooling shelter. In early August, the mayor of Maricopa presented Bobby with a Community Hero Award. The news anchor who covered the story closed the segment with a line that would stick. "Sometimes kindness violates rules, but it never violates humanity." Bobby still refills his cooler every morning. A newer one now, red and stainless steel, donated by a grateful neighbor. There's a small, tasteful plaque beside it, approved by the HOA. "In honor of Maria Trujillo, let no one thirst here."